So for this video we are taking on the Eclipse Hideout on Master Difficulty, and this is one of those encounters where there are options. For this one we're going to go ahead and take the Sneak option. The deck list that we are using is one of the ones that we've used for previous encounters that were very similar. This is again one of those ones where both lanes are shadow lanes, and if one of your creatures dies, you just outright lose. So we feature a lot of lane movement. We feature Elixir of Light Feet, things like Close Call or Lesser Ward to protect our own creatures, so on and so forth. The primary difference between this one and the last one is that our opponent gets a little bit more cheeky with the cards available in terms of taking out our own guys, so we do have to be mindful of that. So the biggest problem here is like we can't say like trade the Harpy into that. We also did not get a Lesser Ward. If we had, then we would have considered shadow shifting this over and then smacking them in the face a bit. So we'll just go ahead and make this play for now, since we have the Close Call to bounce the Harpy at a future moment. Alright, so that has lethal, but it does not have guard. So that is also not necessarily the end of the world for us. Let's go ahead and see which card we get here. Close Call again. No es bueno at the moment. Let's go ahead and develop another Elixir of Light Feet. And we're going to choose, I think, this path for now. Give both of our guys cover just so that they can't die from the attacks. And you know what? Since we can have up to 4, I think there's no reason to not use the Magicka to develop that. Alright, so Wardcrafter is good. That'll help us get through this guard.
I do love a good fight.
So we can go ahead and do some repositioning pretty well here. Let's go ahead and start with a Wordcrafter there. Move our Harpy. Take care of that. Let's go ahead and fetch another 0 cost. This time we got the ward. Now in this case we can't ward because you get attack. So we're going to have to use one of our Elixir of Light Feet in this scenario. And we're going to go ahead and develop another Skulk. Mostly because we want to kind of keep a good pace too. That's the other like tricky part of this.
Come dance with death.
Is it's not just that you have to protect your guys, but you also have to get that damage in. So, all right, the Mace of Encumbrance is also a very good pickup for us at the moment. We might end up repositioning him, or actually we might end up just using Dune Smuggler. Yep, I think that is what's going to happen. Let's go ahead and get this attack in for now. We're going to lock down this one here. We're going to probably Elixir this one. I actually am changing my mind as we go. There's a lot of different ways that we could go, but I think the ones that require the least amount of resources are usually the best path. So we can go ahead and do that. We can go ahead and do this to take a little bit of pressure off of ourselves as well. And we're not in any danger of like overdrawing, so I think we can save our close calls in our wards. So the close calls might seem like they're kind of clogging us up, but they're really important because they allow us to chain Harpy. So you run close call because in a bind you can always pick something up and put it back down, but the real value, at least in this deck in my opinion, is you can really abuse Harpy and Wardcrafter heavily in this. So Actually, I think we just go for the gusto here, right? So
There are ill winds this
we're gonna ship this guy over, and then we're gonna go ahead and Grand Ball because that gives us a pretty big team-wide buff and is more than enough to threaten lethal at this point. So we just lock it in. If we did run into any problems, we again have close calls and so forth, but all of the prophecies we would worry about, the opponent doesn't run. So there you have it. It's pretty standard sneak list. We used it in another encounter, so straightforward. Use movement, protect your guys, whack them.